Covetousness, longing, a yearning, a desire that turns bad when it wants something besides what God wants. A self-seeking craving for a person, thing, or experience. An attitude an attitude of desire that becomes more serious that it leads to sin.
Yes.
All of this is an explanation of lust. So today's Moments of Inspiration is on lust. Love is the great conqueror of lust. Satan rules all men that are in his kingdom.
Yeah.
Some he rules through lust, some he rules through covetousness, and many other devices.
Yes.
And none will ever seek to be delivered until their eyes are opened and they see that they have been taken captive.
Wow.
A look that lingers can lead to lust.
Yes.
Lust is a capacity of the person, of the reason, and enraging of the passions. It hinders business and distracts counsel, and sins against the body and weakens the soul.
Yes.
1 John 2:17 tells us, the world is passing away, and the lust of it. But he who does the will of God abides forever.
Yes.
Satan can only attack from the outside in. He may work through lust and sensations of the body, or through the mind and emotion of the soul. For those two belong to the outward man. And to take with us this week, an affection which is not inspired by the Lord will soon be transformed into lust. Lust can destroy any normal desire. Craving and lusting is more than inappropriate sexual desire. It can be an unnatural or greedy desire for anything: sports, knowledge, possessions, and influence over others. God punished the Israelites for craving the good food of Egypt. Their desire wasn't wrong. The sin was allowing that desire to turn into greed. They felt as if they had the right to have fine food, and they could think of nothing else. When you become preoccupied with something until it affects your perspective on everything else, you have moved from desire to lust.
Yes.
Lust can lead to bad decision making. Samson was deceived because he wanted to believe Delilah's lies. Although he could strangle a lion, he could not smother his burning lust and see Delilah for who she really was.
Jesus.
How can you keep your desire for love and sexual pleasure from deceiving you?
Jesus.
1. You must decide what kind of person you will love before passion takes over. Determine whether a person's character and faith in God are as desirable as his or her appearance. 2. Because most of the time you spend with your spouse will not involve sex, your companion's personality, temperament, and commitment to solve problems must be as gratifying as his or her kisses.
Amen.
3.
Thank you, Jesus.
Be patient. That second look often reveals what is beneath the pleasant appearance and attentive touch. Lust is often an excuse used for further sin. Some think that lustful thoughts are sin, why shouldn't people go ahead and do the lustful actions too? Acting out sinful desires is harmful in several ways. One, it causes people to excuse sin rather than stopping sin. Two, it destroys marriages. Three, it's deliberate rebellion against God's word. And four, it always hurts someone else in addition to the sinner.
Amen.
Sinful action is more dangerous than sinful desire. And that is why the desire should not be acted out. Nevertheless, sinful desire is just as damaging to righteousness. If unchecked, wrong desires will result in wrong actions and turn people away from God. The Apostle John warns of enemies from three quarters. He identifies them as the lust of the flesh, the lust of the eyes, and the pride of life, found in 1 John 2:16. These enemies lure us away from God and His Word and leave a gap for the enemy to sneak in. Let's be alert to what entices us today. A lapse opens the door to sin, which in turn may develop into a habit that overwhelms us. Every true believer, every true Christian faces a constant challenge to live a life pure, holy, and righteous. Has that moment by moment walk under the Spirit's guidance seemed too difficult lately? It's possible you've been underrating which should be your greatest value to you. The cost to yourself and to your loved ones may be tremendous. If you find yourself yielding to the lust of the flesh again and again, perhaps you need to take stock of what's really important to you. It's time to walk in the Spirit instead of sacrificing life's best for the short-sighted, self-destructive desires of the flesh. The best way to keep lust at a distance is to make sure Jesus stands between you and temptation.
Amen.
Amen. We thank the Lord for His word thus far. And now we'll be blessed with one more musical selection. And then we will have a word from our pastor. Pray that all hearts and minds are open to receive what thus saith the Lord this morning.